saying that man can keep the law?
According to the scriptures, yes.
Man can keep the law? How is that possible?
So remember, it's 5 categories of the law when you read the New Old Testament.
You can keep them. It's an exercise, or you can keep them.
You can keep them, but
you can keep them fully.
The law that you're referring to is
I'm talking about the laws you're talking about.
So thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not. Yeah, you can keep them.
But that's the 10 Commandments.
Yeah. I want to show you the difference.
I'm gonna hear that, but what I'm saying is that the law. Can the man keep the laws?
Yes, he can keep the commandments.
Okay, commandments and laws is
the same thing. But what Paul
I'm only talking about one thing.
Let's get that.
Even though you get it though, hear me out.
No. Let's get Matthew 5 where he going. Let's just get that real quick. Let's get that Matthew 5.
Hold that.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that you said it's the same thing parallel.
So the law and the commandments are the same thing. They work together.
So why is it 2 different words?
Now get Proverbs.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're going to show you. We got you. Proverbs 6. There you go. Let's get that.
Daily or weekly?
Daily. Scripture says you gotta study daily to rightly divide the word.
Yeah, that's studying though, but how you keeping the law?
I got you. We're gonna show you. We're gonna make it very easy for you. Watch this. Yep, Proverbs 6:23.
Proverbs 6 verse 23.
Yep.
For the commandment is a lamp.
So for the commandment is a lamp. Okay. So the Lord has given us an analogy of the commandment being a lamp. Okay. Read on.
And the law is light.
And the law is the light bulb that goes in the lamp.
Right.
So what makes the lamp is complete is having a lamp with the light bulb. So you can't have the law without the commandment. They work together. Okay. That's what he's letting us know. All so right. Now watch this. Give me 2 Timothy. First, the law was made for a sinner. 2 Timothy 1:7. Give me that one. Yeah, and then we're gonna go to Matthew, right? So we can keep everything in context of the laws, right? So the commandment and the law, they work together.
I've seen you somewhere.
Right? 1 Timothy 1:9.
Probably.
Yep. So now watch this, brother. So this is about the law right here. Watch this, read.
1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 9.
Yep.
Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man.
Right. The law ain't made for a righteous. It's not made for who?
For a righteous man.
Because if you were a righteous man already, if you was made perfect in as a mortal man, there would be no need for the commandment. Read on.
That's it.
Yeah, bro.
But for the lawless and disobedient.
You see that? We're the ones that's lawless and disobedient because we know we're mortal men. That's why God gave us the commandment to have something to live by. Watch this, read.
For the ungodly and for sinners.
What was the law made for? Read that again so we don't slip by that. Read verse 9 again.
Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man.
Nobody's perfect. Read.
But for the lawless,
and
disobedient,
rebellious,
for the ungodly,
those that are ungodly. Read on.
And for sinners.
And for sinners, because we all admit, especially in Christianity, that we all sinners. We all fall short of the glory of God, correct? Read on.
For unholy and profane.
And profane. Those that blaspheme God. That's why God made the commandment. Go ahead.
For murderers of fathers.
So murderers of fathers, that's murder. Go ahead.
And murderers of mothers.
Murderers of mothers. Go ahead.
For manslayers.
So manslayers. Go ahead.
For whoremongers.
Whoremongers. A man that don't want to marry the woman he with. He want to make her a girlfriend. He want to jump from woman to woman to woman. Go ahead. That's a whoremonger. Go ahead.
For them that defile themselves with mankind.
Right? That's talking about homosexuality. Go ahead.
For men stealers.
Yep.
For liars.
Kidnappers. Liars. Go ahead.
For perjured persons.
Perjured persons. Go ahead.
And if there be any other thing.
So if there be any other commandment, go ahead.
That is contrary to sound doctrine.
You see, or it be any other sin contrary to sound doctrine, right? So now, the law was made for the lawless, disobedient, right? So when Christ came to fulfill the law, it's not talking about that because that would be contradicting the whole Bible. And it would be the Bible, no need to follow it. Let's just throw that out. Everything is contradicts. So now, what we don't understand and what the church is not teaching is 5 categories of law. You have the civil law, what we have to keep. You have the moral law, we have to keep. We have the dietary law, we have to keep. And we have the ceremonial.
Those are the 3 you keep.
No. You got the civil,
I know,
moral.
but the Christians keep those 3.
Hold on. moral, civil, dietary,
Moral,
ceremonial.
civil, it's
Watch
moral.
this. Look.
It's moral not to kill and commit adultery and
Right,
rape
right.
and all that. That's moral.
But this is the point, though. They don't teach that in the church. They don't teach that. They give you a prosperity doctrine. They're not teaching the commandments. That's the point.
Yeah, those are
So,
false prophets.
so
They
now
speak
watch this.
false
But look. But listen. The fifth law is sacrificial. We don't sacrifice anymore.
Is it done away?
Yes, we don't sacrifice.
What's the other one that's done away?
That's it. Just sacrifice. We still have to keep the ceremonial, right? We still got to get married, correct?
Right.
That's ceremonial on a
Right.
basic level. Civil, thou shalt not kill, right? Moral is the extension of that, and then we have the dietary, right?
What's the dietary?
Not eating the shrimp, crab, and lobster. Not staying away from the pork.
So what was Paul talking about? You supposed to eat
We're not gonna deal with that. We're gonna deal with it after this. But
No, I'm
Matthew
just
5.
asking, it's a quick question.
I got you. We're gonna deal with it, but I want to make sure you fully understand Matthew 5 first.
I understand exactly what you're saying, and I hear you.
I want to read it first. Read that.
Matthew 5, verse 17. Think not that I have come to destroy the law
So this is Christ speaking. Think not that I come to destroy the law, right? Read on.
or the prophets.
Or what the prophets taught. Go ahead.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
But to fulfill it, right? I came to fulfill. It just don't stop there. Let's read on. He's going to make it very plain what he's talking about. Go ahead.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle
Till heaven and earth pass. So we know heaven and earth is still here because we're standing on it. Go ahead.
shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
So now we have to keep the commandments until all be fulfilled. Meaning he has to come back and destroy America. And you know in Psalms 91 when he pulling us up into the clouds and seeing the destruction of America, that hasn't happened yet. All hasn't been fulfilled. So until then, we have to keep God's commandments, right? Now watch this. Watch this. Give me Hebrews 10 now. So now when it says, I came to fulfill, what does that mean then? Now he's going to make it very plain, okay? What did he come to fulfill? Hebrews 10, we're going to start at verse 1. All right? Since we understand we need to keep the commandments and the laws, what law is he talking about if we still got to keep thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, we still got to get married, we still can't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. So what law is he referring to? Go ahead.
Hebrews 10, verse 1.
Yeah.
For the law, having the shadow of good things to come,
So the law is having a shadow of good things to come. Go ahead.
and not the very image of the things,
Uh-huh.
can never with those sacrifices,
What's the law?
sacrifices,
What's the law that Paul's talking about?
sacrifices,
So the law is referring to sacrifice. We don't have to sacrifice for sin anymore.
right?
We don't have to sacrifice anymore because Christ died for us to give us mercy and grace for sins we would have died for under Moses. If you was a homosexual under Moses, you got put to death. If you was a witch, you got put to death. If you was breaking the Sabbath, you got put to death. So Christ, now under the new covenant, he's covering you to show you mercy to repent. That's what he fulfilled. Okay, you're not going to give sacrifice for sin no more. I'm going to come in, replace that, and now you have mercy and you have grace. That doesn't mean to stay in your sin under grace. That means you have to change because I'm showing you my mercy. I spilled my blood for you. Watch this. Let's read.
which they offered year by year continually.
Because sacrifice was given year by year continually. Go ahead.
Make the comers thereunto perfect.
Because that's the point why Christ had to fulfill sacrifice, because sacrifices didn't make us perfect. Because all we had to do was, oh, I committed fornication. Oh, okay, cool. Let me just go have this dove set up. I can kill the dove, and guess what? I can just keep sinning willfully. I can keep just sinning willfully. So Christ was that perfect sacrifice. Go ahead.
For then would they not have ceased to be offered, because that the worshipers once purged should have no more conscience of sin.
You see that? That's the whole point. When we went to go sacrifice, it didn't purge our conscience from sin. We continued to stay, our mind was on our sin. As long as we had a flock, as long as we had turtle doves, as long as we had any, the sacrifices that we needed to sacrifice for the sin we was committed, our conscience was still on our sin. Go ahead.
But in those sacrifices,
go ahead.
There is a remembrance again made of sins every year.
This is the point, verse 4, right? This is the point. This is exactly what he fulfilled. If that wasn't plain enough from what we read, verse 4 and 5 is going to be very plain. What's your name, brother? Solomon. I'm Yamin. Yes, sir. Here you go.
For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sin.
So it's not the blood of bulls and goats is going to take away sin anymore. That's what Christ fulfilled. Read on.
Wherefore, when he cometh into the world,
Christ come into the world,
he saith, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared me.
He's that body that was prepared for us, to die for us, to show us mercy for sin when he got put to death for it. That's what he fulfilled. You understand? So now watch this. Go back to Matthew 5. There's some more over there, okay? So he came to fulfill the law, all right? And when we kept reading, one jot, one tittle, we shall know what in no wise pass from the law. So we still need to be keeping the commandments, right? I'm going to give you some more commandments, right? Give me, start at verse 19. Now watch this, read. So this shows that it's just more than two greatest commandments. Because of course, the new commandment was loving your neighbor as you love yourself, right? And loving God with all your heart and soul. But it's more commandments than that. Watch this. He's going to show you. Verse 19.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
So now it's also least commandments coupled with the greatest two.
Where are you reading from?
Uh-oh, Matthew. We back in Matthew 5 now. So we read 17 and 18, and now we have verse 19. Read that again.
Matthew 5, verse 19.
Yep.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
So the least commandments, right? So these are least commandments. Tattoos. You was getting tattoos in the world, you got to stop getting them. That's the least commandment. You're not shaving your head bald, that's the least commandment, okay? You're not shaving your beard, that's the least commandment, okay? There's a lot of other least commandments. Let's go get some. Let's go to Leviticus 19. This is to show the brother, because you got an ear to hear, so we're going to show him some commandments. The least commandment. Leviticus, start out of Leviticus 11 and 19.
Leviticus.
Let me see. No. 19:11. There you go. Let's go there. 19 and 11. Read that.
Leviticus 19, verse 11.
Yep.
Ye shall not steal,
Yep.
neither deal falsely,
Yep.
neither lie one to another.
So we know we're not supposed to be doing that, right? We're not supposed to be doing that. Now jump to verse. There you go. Jump to verse 26. Jump to 26.
Verse 26. Ye shall not eat anything with the blood.
So we're not supposed to be eating anything with blood in it. No, right. We're not supposed to be eating steak if it's not well done. We're not supposed to be eating no blood at all, period. Go ahead.
Neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe times.
Just talking about being a witch. Go ahead.
Ye shall not round the corners of your head.
So you're not supposed to round your corners of your head to make it bald. Go ahead.
Neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Neither shall you cut your beard off. Go ahead.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
Right, so you're not supposed to get any tattoos. Read on.
Nor print any marks upon you.
Yep.
I am the Lord. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
We're not supposed to be doing these things. These is the least commandments that's not being taught. These are the details that we're missing in our community. Because a lot of people say, well, yeah, you got to love your neighbor as you love yourself. But if the sister being pimp, and you telling me all I gotta do is keep the greatest 2 commandments, well, it don't say that I can't do that. Why not? The scripture didn't say I can't do that. Oh, I still love her. Ain't nobody else love her, so I'm gonna show her what love is. Where would we go in the scriptures? Brother, stop prostituting your daughter to cause her to be a whore. That's what you're doing. Stop doing that. Read on. Start it again, 29.
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness.
So that was just some commandments, just so you understand that it's more than just the greatest 2. That's why I came here. It's more than just the greatest 2, because this is part of the what? The moral and civil law. Okay? The moral law is the commandments that you keep within your house, and civil is the commandments that you keep in your house and you extend it to your neighbor. That's the 2, right? So now, let's get the ceremonial now. Hebrews 13 and 4. Hebrews 13 and 4. This is the ceremonial law. This is one of them to make it just to be very easy. Go ahead.
Hebrews 13 verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
So marriage is honorable in all. Marriage is honorable. Go ahead.
And the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
Whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge you. Ultimately, eventually, if you don't get married, right? So this is a ceremonial law. We still have to keep that. Why? Because that'd be contradiction to not prostituting your daughter to cause her to be a whore. That'd be in straight contradiction. Throw the Bible out. The Bible ain't real. I'm good. Nah, the Lord doesn't contradict himself. So what Christ fulfilled in the law is sacrifice.
What is a nation?
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong.